Every so often we have a kind of a makeshift skeet shoot. Well, what we do, it's just family and neighbors and stuff. And what we'll do is, there'll be somebody with a thrower, and then you get like 5 guys lined up with shotguns, and it can be a ragtail bunch of guns. But then we kind of do it in rotation. Like the first guy is shooting, but the next guy is backing him up. If he misses, the second guy shoots, and he gets that point if he hits it. If he misses, the third guy shoots. It goes like that in rotation. And I can usually pretty well dominate them with this old 97 Winchester, because long barrel, full choke. I can wait until the pigeon gets a long ways out and kind of settles in its flight, and then I can hit it, because I got the range. And what it does, it spoils the shot for the next guy, because after I shoot, even if I should miss, the odds of the next guy getting the shot at are almost impossible. So like I say, with a little sleight of hand like that, I can usually pretty well dominate them. But that's with this gun. But after shooting that buckshot the other day, I started thinking, this thing would probably be pretty hopeless with a short barrel and no choke. I don't think that's the gun for that. But I got a piece of cardboard up 40 yards off, and first I'll shoot that side with a 97, then I'll shoot that side with the Maverick, and just see what kind of a spread there is. Because normally I'm using my reloads that I normally do use, which is 5-shot. But the idea, keep it in a clump and really pound her out there. I can actually, like hit pheasants much further out than anybody else would even think about shooting at them. But we'll try one with this. And let me try the other one. But I got the feeling this is not going to be that kind of gun. I'd have to shoot really quick with this one. And like I say, there's an advantage to leaving them lay. A bit of a hang in there. But we'll take a look. Well, I can see where that could be a problem. The 97, you're looking at like, a 2-foot group. But that Maverick, there's some way down here, and there's some way up here. There's a lot of big holes in that pattern. I don't think she's a trap shooting gun. But that's, if you can get a 2-foot pattern at this distance, she's deadly. Well, as long as I'm down here, I'm going to try some slugs in this. I loaded up some of those 7/8 ounce Lee slugs in the cartridge. When I trimmed the case down to make them a little bit shorter. And my old loader actually has a crimp loader for paper cartridges. Well, it doesn't work real hot for plastic, but it kind of crimped them. But let's see what these do. Haven't shot slugs in this before. In fact, I really very seldom shoot slugs. when I was a kid, we did some of that wax slug deal. And one of the first deer I ever shot was with a 20 gauge with slugs. But it's, normally a rifle makes more sense. No, it's different. In Minnesota, there are places where you can only hunt with a slug gun. Okay, that makes sense there, but for here, slugs really aren't the thing. Okay. That's not bad. Very little kick, and they stayed in a fairly nice group. So I can make up more of them. But I do need to get a roll crimper for that'll work for plastic, because like I said, that one that's on a old Mech 250 has the paper, the crimper for paper. And it'll kind of do plastic, but it doesn't really like it. But it'll at least push them over enough that they'll feed smoothly. Actually, I wish I had paper all the time. That's what I grew up loading. Because, as a kid, we always reloaded, and I don't even know what kind of reloader we got. We had at the time, it was an old one, but we had little kids loading. So little brothers and sisters, because I know one time one screwed up and they got out of sequence. So first they got the shot, then they got the powder. Well, then you had to tear all of them apart. But we shot a lot of those. But I don't have to do a little tinkering. I've been playing with them stubbies, but that's a whole other story with those mini shells.